Now, in tonight's other main news, MSPs have voted to halt the system of national standard assessments for pupils in Primary 1. All the opposition parties lined up to inflict defeat on the government by 63 votes to 61. The controversy prompted furious exchanges in the chamber. The Education Secretary said he would reflect on the vote, but urged councils to continue assessing Primary 1 pupils. This from our political editor, Brian Taylor.
Meet Archie. What did he like best at school?
When we went for break and we played tag.
Well, the Primary 1 curriculum is play-based. Archie's mum is in favour of assessments.
Children are at completely different levels, especially in a P1 class, because some are younger, some are still 4, some are sort of older as well. So I think, it is hard for teachers when they're across such a broad spectrum like that, for them to assess where and what children maybe need a wee bit more help than others.
You would like to think that maybe Archie could be
definitely
checked up on.
Yeah, definitely, and I don't think it would stress Archie out at all, really.
Some parents think Primary 1 assessment is a futile distraction.
A teacher that's looking after 30 children would have a good sense of the needs and ranging needs of the children in that class.
Without an assessment?
Without an assessment.
This is Abbey Hill Primary in Edinburgh, just round the corner from Holyrood. As in Parliament, opinion is divided, but here it's a friendly division.
I'm a bit sceptical about it, yeah. I'm a bit sceptical. I don't think that putting the pressure on children or parents at that age is a good thing.
I think it's a good idea, because children has to be assessed at some point, as long as they are sort of adjust the 5-year-old level.
Teachers at a conference in Glasgow today. Some back assessment, but others have doubts. And the teaching union, the EIS, has called for the system to be scrapped for the youngest pupils. Labour reflected that.
There are many stories of 4- and 5-year-olds upset, even to the point of tears, by questions they find incomprehensible.
Drag all the pictures of birds.
These are the sort of assessments pupils face using Scotland-wide standards. The Tories previously backed this approach, but have changed their minds for Primary 1. John Swinney said it was vital to get early information on schools, and he condemned the Conservatives.
It demonstrates the deceit at the heart of the Conservative motion today. Last week, the Conservatives were demanding more school data. This week, they want less.
That prompted angry exchanges.
And Murdo Fraser, in his hysterical speech.
Mr Swinney said the Tories had tried to pretend they never backed the Primary 1 assessments.
You know when Mr Swinney's in trouble, presiding officer. He resorts to the language we've heard this afternoon.
With Green and Liberal Democrats' support, the opposition defeated the government.
Yes, 63. No, 61.
I will come back to Parliament to set out our next steps in due course. And my advice to schools around the country would be to continue with their existing plans on standardised assessment.
But the big question tonight, what does it mean for Archie?
Well, Brian's at Holyrood, and that's precisely the question I'm going to ask you, Brian. What happens next?
We had various opposition views put tonight. I think Tavish Scott for the Liberal Democrats put it rather well, rather succinctly, when he said that a child could work out that 63 is a bigger number than 61. The Tories demanded concessions. Labour's Richard Leonard raised a point of order, saying that the will of Parliament must be obeyed. Now, John Swinney, you heard him there. He will consult, he will reflect, he will look at changes. I do not see him giving way on this in the immediate future. He believes that these assessments are vital, and this is not a binding vote. It's only a consultation, it's only advisory upon the Minister. So I think that what he will do is now look again perhaps at the questions that are deployed, maybe try and answer again that point about stressing the individual pupils. So I think he will look at changes, he will look at reforms. I don't see him scrapping it, which will be a big question in educational provision, perhaps also a question about parliamentary democracy.
Brian, thank you.